done up 400 damage or something like that in a single turn.
Wow. That's nice.
And his goal was to top that. He did 700 damage, over 700 damage in a single turn.
Wow. That's epic level stuff, though, right?
Is this in
Level
5e or 3.5?
In 5e.
Good lord.
He like specifically created this character to do. I think he got 9 attacks in a single round because of like haste and action surge and all kinds of other stuff. So you there, Foley?
Yep. Hopefully the microphone recording stuff works better this time.
Right. So,
It looks like I'm piloting Merriman at least for a minute.
yeah. So, I don't know. Recap? Anyone? Because you guys basically find yourselves standing in the Thieves Guild, lifeless body of Realis on the ground.
Strangely, I remember quite well what the events that transpired.
His companions have escaped, and Argathos looks around at all of you and says, well, if one of you can pick up Realis here, we can make our way to the Capitol building and form the blades of this place, as well as Lady Yasil and the Merchants Council, and let them handle the rest.
I searched the body or anything useful.
I mean, you found his
+1 short bow.
Yeah, he has a +1 short bow, but you found your bag of holding on him.
And we got the bag. Yeah.
And you had those yeah, he gave you already
He
found
gave
3.
us.
Yeah, you found the 3 arrows of grabbing.
At best, he gave Jiggin some arrows.
Yeah.
Jiggin would actually want to ask at this point. Would ask him, should we resurrect him so he can stand like trial?
I mean, we can.
Would be useful to get information from him. Yeah.
I don't think it's necessary. We can, between the Blades and the Merchants Council, they can get one of the clerics from the Temple District to ask him any questions we need.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do speak with the dead, can't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's basically what he's implying. Yeah.
I mean, I can probably carry the body without too much trouble, right?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult for you.
Silly question.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we only have 1 bag of holding now? Is that right?
I believe so. Or I don't know how many.
We still have 2, don't we?
Yeah, you should still have 2, I guess. Where did you lose the other one?
I don't think we did. I thought we didn't.
They briefly took the bag from us, but we got it back.
Right.
I mean, he's already dead. Why can't we just throw him in a bag of holding?
I mean, good.
It does have to also technically fit into the opening.
Right.
Well, how big's the opening?
You could maybe dislocate some joints.
The opening is actually not that big.
Oh, it's not.
I forget. There's a 2 feet in diameter at the mouth.
Yeah, so the shoulders won't really make it in there, huh?
I mean, he's not like a bulky man, but he's well built. So yeah, it would be you'd have to like squish him a little bit.
Yeah, I don't want to risk ripping the bag just for that. I can just throw him over her shoulder and start walking, right?
Sure.
Can we? Can I kind of follow this passageway? This way?
Yeah. So you like make your way.
Is there anything I'm not supposed to see real quick before I start?
Nope.
Okay.
Anything in the room that of interest? Search the place, toss it over.
You don't really find anything of interest. I mean, it's a relatively empty room except for like the 3 chairs in there and the fireplace and couple barrels of looks like of like some kind of ale or something like that. But other than that, nothing of significance. So, and you see Valion at the end of the area there.
Looks like it opens out into the street.
Yeah, it opens out into the street. It looks like there was an escape section kind of cut out there where like it was bricked up, but only like a single layer of bricks and with really kind of like light mortar, so you wouldn't be able to tell from the outside that it was any different. But with enough force given from the inside, you'd be able to break through without too much trouble. So,
all right.
Very much of a last resort type of exit.
And this hallway ends here, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Anybody opposed to going out the back way and just seeing where we are?
Nope.
Okie dokie. Is it a challenge for me to carry the body?
No. I mean, he's not.
Sweet.
He's not. He's like, probably 160, 170 pounds. So if you exit there, you just find yourself in the alleyway on the backside of the large Queen's Textiles building. You don't see any signs of those that fled. And unless you had anything you wanted to do here, you could. I mean, it's. I guess you guys came here in the middle of the night, sort of. So
Yeah.
It's late. The streets seem relatively empty. You guys could make your way back to the Capitol building and at least deposit Realis there, or report in, and then basically bunk up somewhere for the night. And Argathos says, we can report it and people will be informed in the morning. I don't think it's worth, at this point, probably we'll let the Blades know and they can take care of whatever needs to happen tonight. But he imagines there'll want to be some kind of meeting with the Merchants Council and Lady Yasil in the morning.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking to the wife. Let's do that. Let's take the body to. We assume the Blades are not evil people. Was he saying this to all of us? Because
yeah.
How deep
just
do we
kind
know
of like
this
talking to the
corruption,
group.
LeBron?
The Blades are basically like the cops. So
You're
if
right.
they're evil, there's a big problem.
Right.
Well, I mean, this city is ruled by merchants, so whoever has the most coin is going to be in charge.
Fair.
I'm still skeptical of Pyro Bro, but he's given us no reason not to. So yeah, let's do what he says. Let's take the body to the Blades, let them know what's up, and should we maybe potentially ask if we can crash at his place, because the Thieves Guild might be pissed and his place seemed pretty secure.
Imagine he was going to go to the council right now, or are we going to
I
go
mean,
in
it's
the
the
morning?
middle of the night.
Well, he's going to the Capitol building, and he said, let's all go to the Capitol building, inform the Blades what happened, and
sleep on it and meet with the council in the morning.
And more than likely,
the
Blades are going to want to investigate things tonight, so they'll probably wake up the cap. This is all speculation, but basically they'll probably wake up the captain of the guard or the captain of the Blades, and she'll set about sending her people to kind of basically head back to this building, kind of go through it, and basically try to gather some information in the 6 to 10 hours, whatever it might be, before the the council convenes, and you would convene with them, and then then that way, any information they might be able to gather
Yeah, that works for me.
be presented.
Yeah, let's do that.
So you guys head back to the Capitol building. He kind of the guards there seem shocked to see the dead Spymaster, and he kind of asks them to get what's her name, the commander of the Blades, Yelshara, get the Blade captain, and he, with you guys there, if you have anything you want to add, but he says, these adventurers were kidnapped by the Thieves Guild. They managed to escape and immediately came and woke me or came to my manor, and we went there and we found Realis was there, and in the skirmish that ensued, he perished, and can basically expose these adventurers exposed his treachery, and they should tells them where the Thieves Guild is located, and gives them a description of the other members of the Thieves Guild. He asks you guys, he says, I wasn't able to see clearly the hooded figure. Did anyone else get a good view of them? Dragonborn, you seem to be up close. You engaged in combat with them. Were you able to get a good description, or a good would you be able to give a description of them so the Blades can be on the lookout?
I hate you. Out of character, I hate you. Oh God.
We know in character that was his mom, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that he said anything.
I haven't said anything to you, but I mean, I guess no. You guys don't know.
I'm pretty sure
You
you're the
just
only
know
one that
that
was
I
up
was
and
like,
close with her.
Yeah, you just know that I wasn't like going for the throat in terms of like attacking. I just kind of let it happen, and she ran away. I don't know. Yeah, she was, generic middle-aged dragonborn lady, very dexterous.
And one of them's like taking notes, and she has one of the Blades is taking notes, and another one has been drawing sketches of these of the people, and they ask, what Dragonborn, you say, did you what scale color was she?
Silver like mine.
Wow, racist.
And any defining features or anything like that, other than, I mean, Dragonborn aren't very common, so at least they're not super common around here. There's a couple in town, but Silver Dragonborn shouldn't be too hard to find.
I mean, surprisingly quick and nimble, despite not being in the prime of her youth. But yeah, I feel lucky to have been that close and lived to tell the tale.
Okay, well, good to know. We'll be on. So you guys would say these are highly dangerous individuals?
I'm going to answer
true?
that question with a question. What do you know, or what do you know of someone calling themselves the Silver Fox? And I'm not talking about Ralph Lauren. I'm talking about
Only rumors.
what. Can you expand on that a little bit? Good, bad,
There's
evil.
been some. Let's see. What would they know? There's been all kinds of rumors throughout town that we've kind of picked up on. There's nothing concrete linked to her. There was a number of there was one of the merchants council was robbed about a month back. That some said it must have been her, as he has quite the security measures in place, as most of them do. But as far as good or bad, it's just kind of a rumor as a highly skilled thief. Nothing more, nothing less.
This merchant that was robbed. What do they primarily trade in?
Well, let me tell you. Uh,
That did not take long. I just want to point out that did not take long. That we asked you a question you didn't think about. I'm sorry.
well, uh, this particular merchant dealt in fine cloth and textiles primarily.
Mother. Sorry, that was not in character. And does this merchant perhaps exploit underage children in the faraway land to get their clothes?
How they obtain their wares is by no means my purview here. I don't know how they import their wares, and that's not really my cup of tea. I more make sure that goods come and go safely.
Okay, so it's Nike. This guy is the GM of Nike.
I mean,
okay. Well, I had heard through, let's call him an acquaintance, that the Silver Fox was the best thief in the city. So apparently he was speaking the truth.
it may be true. Surely she's never been caught. Do you believe this Dragonborn to be such a person?
It makes sense to me, but I've literally been in your city for a day, so I'm gonna assume you would know better than me.
Trouble does seem to follow you, huh?
Yeah, sometimes it follows, sometimes we go looking.
Well, I have men going to the building that you mentioned. We'll toss the place for any information we can and get wanted posters up of these individuals for any information or the like that we can gather.
Can Valion get a little closer look at the wanted poster?
Sure. I mean, they're like in process of, like, he's you could see the sketch. Like, there's no wanted poster yet, right? They're just kind of like taking information, but
yeah, no, I'm hoping to intervene with the sketch a little bit.
Okay.
So taking a look at it, how accurate are they?
Well, it's in black and white, so like it's just like a charcoal sketch.
Like, facial features, are the horns pointing the right way? Are they the right, like, curvature?
How much do you look like your mom?
Fucking, I don't know, 50%.
So, like, It's about 50% accurate. Like, I mean, she's a dragonborn, so like, you said lies. So like, this particular artist. Let's see, he's actually seen female dragonborn. So he's toned down the features a lot. Like basically, it looks like a thinner you, like a leaner you, because he doesn't have. While he's met other dragonborn, he doesn't have a whole lot of context. So he's kind of just drawing you, but skinnier.
Trying to say I'd make a pretty woman.
I mean, you got
Those are your words.
Can I? Okay. Sorry. While you're sketching, the horns, her horns don't look quite right.
Okay. What are you?
You see?
What are you?
You see how mine sort of taper down and follow along my skull. One of hers kind of flared up. I think it might have been her. Was it her left, or was it her left as she was facing me?
He's like trying to go back. He's like, we asked for distinguishing features. You could have given me this a little earlier. Don't you think this is a distinguishing feature?
It was the middle of life
like
or death combat,
frustrated.
proved by the corpse that we just brought in.
Make a deception check with advantage.
Oh no. Shit.
Okay. It looks fine. I think it'll get the message across. I'll take note of what you said, but
she was wearing a hood for a lot of our interaction.
You're the only one that saw her. You seem to be a little confused. You don't. I mean, okay.
There was a lot going on. I was more trying to dodge her acid-caked rapier than memorizing the features of her face. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, got it. Thanks. Kind of just blows you off now. It's like this guy might not be the. Why couldn't someone smarter have seen?
Ouch.
Just kidding.
God, no, I feel that in real life.
So they take kind of notes and all that, and she issues some orders, and she says, well, the sure Lady Asil and the Merchants Council and all will be interested in getting a report themselves in the morning. I'll send someone. Do you have somewhere you're staying? I'll send someone to get you in the morning when they're ready to meet with you. So one of the inns you're staying at? Argathos. I can. Wait, it's registering.
Is it?
Okay.
Oh, okay. I had clicked out of the Roll20 window. I wonder if that's why you couldn't hear me last time.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. So yeah, we want to see if we can crash at Pyro Sorcerer Bros mansion. How does he feel about that?
How does he feel about that?
Keeping in mind, we protected him from a Thieves Guild infiltration. He helped us. We are probably square now. Damn it.
Oh, he says, sure.
How about this? We offer to protect him on his way to the council meeting in the morning.
He kind of chuckles. He says, "I protect me. This is cute." I'm
sorry. Didn't Chicken heal you from multiple puncture wounds recently?
And I am very appreciative. I tend to be a private person, but tell you what, It's late. It might be hard to get a place in the city. I would be happy to have you as guests in my home tonight.
Wizard House, let's go.
He has no spell book. He is clearly a sorcerer.
You don't know.
I'm just saying.
So
anyone opposed, or are we just rolling with this?
Sounds good.
Okay, you head back to his mansion. The doors open, and you see the what was it? Like the construct that just seems to be made of nothing but like shields and swords, and like it's like a full suit of armor with just like swords and spears and all kinds of things all over it, kind of patrolling the hallway. And as he kind of brings you in and leads you towards, he says, welcome to my estate. I do ask that you don't go wandering about, as things may not be safe. If you do, just I live alone, and it would take too much time now to set things up for company.
While he's delivering this address, I just want to be staring directly at Asher with the "Don't you fucking dare" look on my face.
So I
wasn't going to, but now I am.
No.
Yeah, your funeral.
Yeah. So he kind of like leads you inside. You see two of these armored things basically like patrolling the first level halls. So there's like where there's like one that basically runs up and down this way, and then one that basically goes this way. You guys can go inside, it's fine. He basically leads you down this way and up a flight of stairs nearby the entrance.
Sorry, you said down this way. I didn't see anything. I was moving shit around.
Oh, I'm on a different layer.
Oh.
My fault. So basically takes you down here and up these stairs. Bring everybody. Stop moving.
Oh, sorry.
And he's going to bring you all upstairs, where there are a number of bedrooms. Where'd you go? There we are.
What?
All right. So, let's see where. Let me find everybody. It says, do you all need your own room, or are you okay sharing? Haven't made up all the rooms. So basically, he's like, I got 2 single beds and a double bed available.
I can bunk up with the big one.
All right. So he will open. So the double bed room down here. Just opening some doors real quick. All right. So he basically leads those who are taking the double room to a large room with like a wardrobe, some chests, and he says, feel free to use the desk, but otherwise, just don't always remember what I've done. So just try to not touch a whole lot. And who's staying with Jigen?
I pointed at Valion and said I could bunk up with him.
Okay, so Jigen Valion. I guess
this way, if Asher goes off and gets himself in trouble, he's the only one that will know.
I didn't realize.
Or Merriman, God. Go try to fleece this poor sorcerer out of everything.
Have you heard about Ilmater?
This mansion would be a great new temple.
Do you ever want to just dump your golems into the river?
Right. All right. And then Sorry, I'm looking. Oh, I didn't move you guys on floors. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Actually, it's fine. Second floor. All right. So. All right. Asher, I'm going to just put Merriman in this room.
I was gonna say I would let Asher pick which one he wanted first because Merriman's not here. But if
Asher
you
goes
got a
in this
plan, then
room.
you got a plan.
I'm slightly scared as to the fact that we're being slotted into rooms on the battle map.
The fact that there's a second floor of this place ready to go with bedrooms is interesting.
um, and you all die. So he sets you off in your rooms. Asher, your room has like it's got like a study basically with some bookcases, a suit of armor, and a desk, and then there's kind of like a side room that's got the bed and like a vanity and some other things. Merriman's in a smaller room with some bookcases, desk, same thing, but there's a set of stairs that he says goes down to a study on the first floor. And he says he can go down there, but he doesn't recommend like once again, please don't wander about. I don't know what would happen. And yeah, he will say goodnight and leave you all for the evening. At this point, it's probably like I don't know. It's pretty late, so it's probably like 2, maybe close to 3 in the morning.
Yeah, Belion has way too much to process, so he is going to almost completely silently just go to sleep. Or lay in bed and try to sleep. We'll see if that happens or not.
Anybody else? Everybody else just going to sleep or doing anything?
Yeah, I'm resting. I'm not going to mess with anything.
All right, Chicken goes and sleeps in the corner. Ooh, what's this?
With what?
Chicken has his own room in a room. This is fascinating. Chicken takes this.
Okay.
Is this a closet or a bathroom?
Don't actually. That would be a bathroom.
Okay, Chicken.
Here's your little toilet seat.
I know what time it is.
Everybody but Merriman technically has a bathroom in their room.
Chicken has never had his own bathroom, so he's gonna claim this and sleep in the bathroom.
Okay. All right. 8 hours go by. You all can have your long rest. The Argathos comes by in the morning to collect you all. If there's something you wish to do in the morning prior to him to coming by your rooms, I'll give you time for that. But otherwise, he'll just come by and offer you, say, breakfast is available downstairs if you're interested.
Got any protein in that breakfast?
It says I got today, I believe, is eggs and some bacon and
Got any hot sauce for those eggs?
I'm sure we can figure something out.
You are a most gracious host.
And he kind of eats with you guys, kind of claps his hands, and you see more of those little glass looking golems kind of carry in and out plates and things like that. You see some much nicer looking this, but beautiful ornate rugs in his dining room, and it's a very well appointed house. But you finish your meal, and he says, well, a little earlier, one of the blades came by and dropped off a note saying that they would be ready to meet with us kind of at our earliest convenience this morning. So whenever you are ready, we can make our way back to the Capitol building.
And I'm ready.
All right. So you guys begin to make your way back to the Capitol building. As you make your way there, go ahead and, well, hold on, let's see here. Someone roll me a D100.
Ooh, I want to roll it. I got a 99. Aw, I was one off.
We don't know if high is good.
Listen, if there's anything I know on a D100, it's that 1 and 100 are always the best.
As you're like walking around downtown, on your way to the Capitol building, you see, kind of just like laying in the road as you kind of pass the general district, what appears to be a portable ram. Just kind of like randomly laying in the road.
Like
Okay.
somebody had used it to breach someplace, or
Nope, there's like you're like walking through like one of the parks, and there's just like this portable ram like kind of sticking out of like next to like a fountain, like it fell out of the fountain, something like that.
like it fell out of the fountain.
Like someone was like, it's just kind of like there. It's like right next to like this fountain in a park. Just someone else roll me a D100. How about each of you can roll me a D100? So one from Asher and one from Valion.
Somebody just lost a 35-pound ram.
We are talking about like a battering ram and not like the animal, right?
Yeah, like a battering ram.
Okay.
Yeah, like what police use to, knock a door
sure,
down.
Sure. Gotcha.
Did I just do that? Let's see. What were your rolls? 9 and 7.
Put them together and it's a 16.
Okay. You guys don't. There, nothing else of note happens. As you continue your way to the Capitol building. Once you get there, you're kind of ushered in. Lady Yasil and those of the Merchants Council, are many are there, including the High Counselor, Nidell Thorne. You see also the head of the Temple Council is also there. Yeah, and as you kind of come in, Argathos basically greets everyone and kind of recounts what happened, or what he told the Blades the night before, and he is very good about like giving you guys credit for finding the Thieves Guild, for taking care of, for basically smoking out the spy or the traitor among them. How the Spymaster had kind of been amongst them, and he does kind of belittles him and the Spymaster a lot in his talking of him, like as would be expected of a Spymaster. They could never be fully trusted, and I'm not surprised that they found out he's part of a Thieves Guild. Who knows what type of information he's been feeding them over the years, or what other things could have been avoided if we had found out that he was a traitor. There was a traitor amongst us sooner. Perhaps now, the warehouses will stop being raided, and we'll be able to continue to produce more these more of our the medicines and potions that we need in order to make sure that the city stays free of disease, and he kind of says, and to that point, and he pulls out a couple vials.
If this is from
and he-
Marvelous Marvello.
no. But he pulls out a couple of vials, and you see it's like similar to it looks very. So he says, "This is these are some samples of the most potent of the potions that we've been able to make so far. This will function as a regular healing potion, or almost as good as a regular healing potion. So, and it looks very similar, but like inside it appears to have like a where like a healing potion is kind of like a pink liquid. This has a pink liquid, but there's also appears to be like a clear like bubble that just kind of like floats in the middle of the pink liquid. So like it's like an air pocket kind of bubble that the liquid just kind of like forms around, and if you move it around, like when he swirls it around, you can kind of see it moving in there. And he kind of hands he has a couple of them, and he hands them to the various one to the Lady Yasil and one to counselor the High Counselor, and he says, this is the latest breakthrough. He said, and basically says it'll function like a regular healing potion, but is a little less powerful. So for mechanic standpoint, it's basically, instead of adding a plus something, it's just the dice roll that they would heal. He says we can produce these at we've managed to figure out how to produce this without using some of the rarer ingredients necessary for normal healing potions, and we can do it and still turn a profit at 30 gold apiece. Of course, we have various levels of these, so we have some cheaper ones that will heal common sickness and other things at a much cheaper sum, and still be able to produce a profit. And we should be able to. I have started, with the Merchant Council's help in obtaining supplies and things. We have started production in earnest, and should have enough. Hopefully, we'll be able to stay ahead of any disease or anything that comes into the city. And now, without the Thieves Guild, hopefully, without them getting insider information, we'll be able to continue production uninterrupted. Everybody looks pretty pleased, and
I don't know if Valiant is smart enough to wonder if something shady's going on. Probably not.
Sense motive.
That's not a thing in 5e. Damn
I mean,
Kurt.
it's insight check, but
Yeah, it's
like, what are you trying to figure out?
Don't know. Something else is going on. And that's expensive for the average person to afford. 30 gold's a lot of gold.
Yeah, so that's his so you get the sense of a couple things. One is that is like, he's very open about, that's kind of like the highest end that they've been able to produce so far. So he says there's some lesser ones that they could sell for like 5 gold and make and still be profitable on. You also get the sense that while he mentions kind of like a discount rate to some extent,
this dude is very concerned with being sure that he's turning a profit on all of this.
So like, primarily he's talking to the High Counselor, right? Who's the the merchant council. So like once,
But I'm
so
just
I guess to be more clear, like they can market it outside of the city. So he's talking from outside the city. You get the sense that the idea is that the city will buy from them basically in order to maintain health throughout the city. And the idea is that they can then also sell it outside of the city. Basically, they can undercut the normal potion business.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I was getting quite uppity that they were going to basically extort their own citizens for their health. We live in America. I get that enough in real life. So let's not break the immersion. Come on now.
I mean, no healthcare is free. And so he basically, so he's kind of going on about how the breakthroughs that he's made and things like that. Everybody seems very pleased. They thank you for your, the help that you provided and kind of, ratting out Realis, and you don't get the sense that he has like any family or anything like that in town. That basically say, with the word of Argathos here, and that you guys, ratted him or basically smoked him out, and that he was definitely working with the Thieves Guild. That's all the confirmation they kind of need. So they, basically say thank you, and and are, I guess, they look, even though Brindle was destroyed, they look on you a little bit kinder. Not that they were really unkind, but that you seem to have somewhat endeared yourselves to the Merchant Council and Lady Yasil. Although it wouldn't be like you do notice that she is particularly saddened by like she actually seems upset that he was, supposedly this traitor, and that he is now dead. But they do mention that the blades, they found a number of things, but nothing. It looked like the Thieves Guild had been kind of cleaned out already. Like they had planned for basically that the building was cleaned out like it was being abandoned. So they weren't really able to come up with any new information. But they have are having wanted posters basically written up, and they have a number of scribes working on it, and they should be going up around the city later today. Otherwise, you are free to ask any questions or go about your business as you desire. I will say, Argathos, as before you leave, Argathos pulls you aside, Valion.
Oh boy.
He says, I hate to ask this of you, but in my research in producing these potions, I know they work on humans, and I have that information. But if I could take some of your blood, it would be a great help to me in my research to making sure it's effective on humanoids of your species.
The healing potion?
Yes, or any other, as if any other disease were to come, or just for healing potions and my research in general.
Why don't I just drink the potion?
I imagine it should have some effect on you being humanoid, but having some of your blood would be a great boon in my research. If you don't mind. I mean, I don't mean to impose, but did kind of stay at my house last night.
Yeah, we also
Kind of feed you breakfast and
not a whole lot of effort from you on the breakfast part. It seemed to just sort of be happening, and I kind of did it. This seems weird.
What's the worst that could happen?
Have we seen him in the sunlight, like direct sunlight?
yeah. He's not a vampire that you can tell.
Yeah, he's just using
Some
a special.
vampires are okay with sunlight.
He's just using a special kind of makeup so that he can stay out in the sun. It feels a little bit weird. Can I maybe insight to see if he's being shady about it?
Sure.
Oh man, Ilmater, help me. Fuck. Yep, sounds like a great plan, buddy. How much do you need?
I mean, I'm. How much are you willing to give me? I can. The more I have, the more research I'll be able to conduct. How about you just tell me when you start feeling faint, and he'll basically lead you to like the Capitol building. Has like there's like a nurse's station, we'll say, and one of the clerics there. They always have like a cleric on
Nope.
staff there.
Nope. I trust Jigen.
Oh, okay. Jigen has taken blood before. Cool.
No, I trust him to make me not die from passing out and cracking
Oh yeah,
my
that's
skull
fine.
on the floor.
The clerics, they're like, think of him as like the doctor taking your blood or the nurse taking your blood.
Oh.
Like, it's just someone staffing. Like he's trained as a cleric, but also, he's pretty low level, so he's more of like an acolyte who would be like trained in medicine and that type of thing.
Okay, well, can I, like, Jigen, will you come make sure
he
that
has
they
no
don't...
problem. Like, you all can go.
Well, no, can I ask Jigen, will you come with me so that they don't...
Sure.
You know...
Aw, he's scared.
Hold my hand, please. I don't like the sight of my own blood. I've seen too much of it recently.
How much blood can someone take?
It's
all right, so
disturbingly a lot.
Yeah, right.
You can lose what is it? You know this, don't you, Jigen? How much of your blood can you lose and remain conscious?
Boy, you're putting me on the spot here that I went through TCAS.
I know, it's something stupid though. You can lose like 40% of your blood and stay conscious for like a second or two.
Well, your organ. The risk is you risk your organ shutting down. It's
yeah. Sorry.
Well, hey, you know what? Fuck all that. This is a world of magic, so I think DM gets to decide how much is.
I don't know how much a Dragonborn has blood-wise, but I wouldn't say like any more than a quarter of a liter.
Yeah,
that's generous.
Roughly, when you donate blood, you generally donate around 1 pint of blood. So a human body has 10 pints. An average human body has about 10 pints of blood. So, all right.
Who you call an average, motherfucker?
All right. So I need you. So he will take 1 pint of blood. I need you to make a con save. All right, so he takes 1 pint of blood, and you suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
God damn it!
So you feel really tired as he takes a pint of blood from you. He says, "If you're feeling okay, would it be all right to get another?"
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Why so much? How much research do you need? I'm not being paid for this.
I do a lot of research.
I'm not being paid for this shit.
Okay, so he says, "Fine, I understand. I appreciate what you've given here," and you know, basically, the cleric puts it in a bag of colding and he takes it home.
Did you just? Goddamn dad jokes.
He did.
Goddamn dad joke.
And yeah, unless you have anything you want to talk to him about, he'll kind of go his own way and allow you to go yours.
I'll come see you about getting my cut of your profits from this research. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I have anything else. Do you guys?
I don't have anything else in particular.
Nope.
Can I? So we've got like the whole council sort of in the room, or
yeah,
I guess we left.
They're around now. At this point, they've all kind of separated into their own little groups and are talking. Some are getting ready to leave, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's you got a representative, at least one representative of the Temple Council, the Merchants Council, and then of course Lady Yasil. And the Blade Captain, Yelshara, is there as well.
Yeah, this exhaustion, is it affecting any of Valion's stunning mental capabilities, or does he have the wherewithal to kind of one-on-one ask people about the Silver Fox?
You literally suffer one level of exhaustion.
Okay.
I don't remember what that does.
It doesn't have any mental drawbacks. It's disadvantage on ability checks of all kinds, as far as I know.
Yeah. So then that would be it. Yeah, disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah.
So what did you want to ask someone?
First, I want to drink one of our potions of vitality.
Okay.
Get rid of that piece of shit exhaustion level.
Okay.
Because he took a lot of goddamn blood. Sorry, I'm angry. Lightheaded. It's clearing now. Yeah, can I... Who seems to be...
Drink like a 1,500 gold potion because you can for no other reason.
We make a lot of money, okay?
No, I know. It's funny.
Look, listen, you just need to understand. No, I would like to... You said they're all kind of in their own groups. Can I talk to the head of the Merchants Guild? I think I have that person's name if I need it.
Yeah, Nindle Thorn, High Counselor.
Nindlethorn, High Counselor Nindlethorn, yes. Can I speak to him somewhat in private?
Sure, you kind of go over to him and you see him as he kind of is packing up some papers, seems to be getting ready to leave, and is kind of off by himself.
Yeah, so High Counselor, I heard that one of your members had a problem with the Silver Fox interfering with their operations. Can you tell me anything about that?
Yes. They had a number of artworks stolen from their home. They never were recovered. Somewhere in the neighborhood of probably about 10,000 gold worth of art.
Artwork? What kind? Like paintings, statues?
Paintings, primarily paintings. Yeah.
Interesting. Has anyone else had any run-ins with the so-called Silver Fox?
Nothing concrete. Even his loss could not be fully attributed to the Silver Fox. It was just he's a very cautious man, and
You sound like you're describing a ghost. I don't think this fox exists.
But they may not. No one truly knows.
Out of character, it's like the anonymous hacker group.
Yeah, basically.
All right. Well, can I kind of side eye him, and can I ask you to roll insight if he's telling the truth?
I mean, sure. Go for it. Roll insight. From what you asked him, yeah, he seems to be telling the truth.
Coolio. What else? You said the captain of the Blades, and there was someone else nearby. The High Counselor, Lady Yasilla.
Yeah, Lady Yasilla, who's kind of like the titular ruler.
Yeah. Am I allowed to go talk to her? And I do not want to be like totally overstepping. Jig and Asher, do you guys want to like do or say anything?
I'm just along for the ride right now, man. Like, this is all outside my realm.
Yep.
All right, Lady Yasilla, and can I try to perform something that looks like a bow, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to actually do.
Make a performance check.
Oh God, why? Oh, I'm actually. Come on, dice. Shit.
She kind of smiles and says, "Ah, yes," and the head of the temple council, Barilla, you see her. She was talking with Lady Yasil, and you see her kind of like stifle a little bit of a giggle.
Can I?
But,
Is she like obviously the temple lady?
yeah.
Can
You've seen
I-
it. She was been introduced before.
Okay. Can I? Like, obviously, I almost fell on my face trying to bow. Can I like beckon to Jigen to like come save me and talk to the temple lady and like be my wingman and quote unquote in this conversation?
Sure. Chicken will join in.
Well, I mean, basically, I just want you to talk to temple lady to distract from me making a complete fool of myself in front of all these people. Can you please help? Help me.
What temple is this?
She is part of the Temple of Saint Cuthbert.
Okay. Jigen would just come up and casually introduce himself and say, "Hello, I'm
Hello.
Cleric of Ilmater.
Quite
I'm-
odd to
I'm-
have a goblin as a cleric.
I'm here with him," and I'll point at Valion directly.
Ah, very good. I'm sure he is lucky to have a man of the a creature of the cloth, man of the cloth with him.
I'm gonna strong nod and yes, Jigen is an excellent man of the cloth for Ilmater and all of his servants.
Well, the Temple of Ilmater is one of the prized possessions of the Temple District. We are glad to have them.
So I would like to ask Lady.
They have recently been doing a lot of outreach. They seem to have had a huge inflow of funds.
Let me guess, the last 12 hours or so.
And they had recently shut down their soup kitchen, but now it's like a full on cafeteria for the poor over there.
5-star restaurant for the poor.
Yeah. But yes. So I'm sorry. Good Dragonborn. What were you going to say?
I just wanted to ask you, as the High Counselor of the town, we are obviously capable people. Kind of flex as I'm saying capable. Where do you think our talents would be best served in your city? Obviously, the sacking of Brindle has put an immense strain on Denevar.
Well,
I'm sure we can help somewhere.
I mean, if keeping order in the city, and it sounds like if the Thieves Guild has truly been taken care of, that is a great help already. And there's always the city is always looking for protectors against outside threats, either from the Marth Forest or further from from the what are they called? Friggin' Watch Mountains or the Giant's Shield. There's always need for capable warriors. And if you are a man of the cloth, the temples here are always welcome their own to serve amongst the people and bring praise to our gods.
I'm gonna kind of thumb towards Jigen and maybe Berryman if he's on that side of the room. He's not here, so I don't know. That's more their shtick. Milady, can I ask, without too much distress on your part, how well does your city defend against dragons? Big ones.
No, we haven't had any terrible issues.
Very big ones that might be very angry.
I can't say we've had to encounter that, but Argothos is a very capable spellcaster and protects our city from magical attack, and Captain Yashara leads the Blades well and is a capable fighter in her own right.
And I'm going to kind of do the, isn't there more to that gesture?
I'm not sure. It's not really. I mean, I am fully confident in Lady Yashara, and so I it's not something I've given much thought to.
Oh, okay. How's Denevar doing with all of these extra citizens? Isn't the right word, but you got to forgive me. I didn't go to school very long.
It's a challenge, but the clerics and Temple District have been making sure people are fed best they can. The Temple of Ilmater even more so now, and seems to really be getting a handle on things. And the we're I think we're in a good place now, and we do the best that we can. And with the advances in healing potions and remedies that Argothos seems to have made, we should be good. Good. There's of course there's the rumors of disappearing persons, and who knows whether that's just they're lost on the road or succumb to disease. But hopefully that'll reduce as now we have these ways of healing.
So, the Thieves Guild probably, I mean, it might not be someone calling themselves the Thieves Guild, but someone else will see the opportunity. Are you not worried about a new...
Again, sir, I appreciate your concern, but Lady Yashara, the Blade Captain, she that is her wheelhouse, so to speak. She has done a fine job to this point. Even the Thieves Guild, as it existed, was only a minor inconvenience to most citizens.
Well, she sounds incredibly capable. And, my lady, if you don't mind, I will take my leave and talk to the captain of the Blades.
Very well. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
I'm gonna try and once again fumble my bow as I'm walking backwards away from her.
Okay. She smiles and nods.
Great. I have been doing so much talking. Are you guys okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
I assume you're ultimately trying to find like work or something for us, which I'm.
Okay, so out of character, I am attempting to get any information at all about the Silver Fox and how we might track her down.
Yeah.
Because
So if you talk with Captain Blade, the Blade Captain, she definitely believes the Silver Fox to be more than a rumor. And she,
I mean, so from an in-character standpoint, I was hoping to beckon both Merriman and Asher to help us kind of like Asher can understand subtle stuff and Merriman can just silver tongue his way into anything.
Mhm.
So essentially, I found my mark and I want to get all the info I can.
yeah, and she's pretty like seems to be. You guys have like she's a little bit in shock. Seems to be a little in shock that the Spymaster was working with the Thieves Guild, and she's like, like he's never done. I mean, he's he's a Spymaster, so I want to say he's never done anything to harm the city. He's always seemed very concerned with the welfare of Denevar and to be trustworthy, but I guess that was wrong, and so she seems a little shaken up about that, and she's very open with whatever they found. So far they really haven't found much of the Thieves Guild. She has people kind of like asking around about the basically bringing the drawings around and kind of like asking around in the slums trying to get more information on the Silver Fox. She has found people, like they've found people that have seen a silver dragonborn even prior to you when you come, but some get confused between you and the Silver Fox, so to speak, and she says it would make sense if
Racist
she
bastards.
is the Silver Fox, and I mean, and so like she's pretty upfront. She doesn't have a whole lot of like new information yet. There just hasn't been enough time. She says, anything I find, I'll let you know. But let me know if you plan on leaving the city. But otherwise, take in what the city has to offer, and if something comes up that we can use your help with. I'll be sure to let you know as soon as we get any leads. It sounds, from what you've said, they're a formidable foe, and we could use all the help we could get.
Well, as I recently said to one of your colleagues, either trouble comes looking for us or we just sort of find trouble on our own. So what's the quickest way for us to get in touch with you in case trouble finds us instead of the other
She
way
says
around?
you find any of the blades and they'll be able to find me. And she says she kind of gives you the location of where she stays, but she says a lot of times I won't even bother going home and just bunk in the barracks. So like she gives you basically the best places to find her. But she says, or just talk to any of the blades and they can send me get a message to me. And you've seen like the blades patrolling around the city, like they're not
Sparse.
the only
There's
place
a lot
they're
of
not.
them.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of them.
Except for the slums?
Yeah, there's not as many in the slums. They still patrol there, but not as heavily.
All right. Well, sounds like we're gonna snoop around the slums for a while.
All right. So where would you like, if you're going to head somewhere in the city, is there anywhere particular you want to head?
Is there a bank?
Yeah.
We've been robbed. We've been robbed blind twice, and I would like to not repeat that. I don't know how you guys feel about putting your money in the hands of somebody else. Of course, there's probably just like a piece of paper that says, "Hey, you have this many gold coins at this bank. Come get it."
Yeah.
What do you?
She points you. She says there's two banks, or well, actually there'd really only be one bank. She says it's right near the market square, and which you had been to before. And she says, they basically you can get they can either hold your money in like a safe for you, like in a vault, and you basically get like a note of, like I have this much money and I'm good for it, kind of thing.
And I've never used a bank before. How do they know that my...
So she says you basically they'll give you, like, you'll have that piece of paper, and then they'll take a sketch of you, as well as you can set up a password, like a PIN of sorts, in order to access your funds.
I'm going to
That
kind of
only you know.
look at the rest of the gang and kind of raised eyebrows, half shrug, like, is it good enough? What are we doing here?
I don't know. We should probably each take some money, like, for ourselves, but
Oh, I'm not talking
we
about
keep
depositing.
losing money.
I'm not saying we should throw everything in the bank, but
Unless you want to go, like, bury it in the woods.
Speaking of which, she does mention that she asks you if they've been seeing, like, occasionally crossing the Dawnway near the Marth Forest, large sets of like giant chicken feet.
What?
And she
chicken feet?
asks she says it looks like giant chicken feet, and asks if you've seen anything of the sort.
Chicken
No.
feet? She's not talking about dragon feet, right?
Nope. Giant chicken looking feet. Like footprints.
I mean, I was away for most of that session, but Asher seemed to investigate something very similar to that, talking to a very long-winded tree. Maybe he should chime in?
Yeah, I'll explain everything that happened.
She says, well, they've been seen semi-close to the city, but nothing I would consider a threat yet, and still don't know what it is. Just very odd. Very odd. Do you want to head towards the bank?
I'm good with that.
Before I just totally agree to head to the bank and give away all of our money to just get us robbed again when they steal a piece of paper, is there anyone in this city who specializes in either enchanting or sharpening, I'm not really sure how it works, weapons to make them stronger than what they initially were?
She says, I mean, the absolute best would be Godfrey Brimble up at the Mellow Hippogriff.
Yeah, he's not an option anymore. He found God.
Well, I mean, I've never been to the Black Lotus myself, but the Black Lotus, I've heard, is a very capable, not peculiar, place, and perhaps down at Trinkets and Tronkets, but that would be... actually, now that you mention specifically enchanting, go to the Botanica Magica, where you'll find Quorara Lily Guild, and she should be able to help you.
Leif, I love you. There's no way in hell I'm attempting to write that in my notes. I cannot even try to pronounce that, let alone spell it. I'd like to thank the lady for her information, and if no one is opposed, I would love to go see this lady at the Botanica.
Okay. As you're making your way there, you pass through the market district. And it is, at this point in time, it is pretty bustling. And you hear people kind of hawking their wares. What's everyone's passive perception?
2,000.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Merriman 13, Valiant 14.
Yeah. So I would say if you have a passive over probably 12, you notice a well, I guess particularly Asher, you see this person selling livestock, and they seem to be selling the thing that's up for sale currently is a donkey, and kind of like what you feel like you have a connection to this donkey a little bit.
Oh God.
And you
What-
realize that the donkey in question is Barney,
Barney.
who was Marvelous Marvello's donkey. Seems to be up for sale.
You gotta be kidding me. I opened Asher's character sheet and it says, "Do you want to create this character?" It's all like blanked out.
That's not good.
Use character master.
Oh, it's because there was an interruption to the Roll20. Go ahead and close Roll20 and then reopen it. See if that fixes it.
Don't scare me like this. I will quit.
And end campaign.
I mean, I got the same thing, but my character sheets are open in separate windows. So they seem to be okay, I think. Why did we find Marvello's
Oh, thank
donkey
God.
for sale?
Wait, isn't my passive used to be 19?
I think
Why
it's
is it
19.
17 now?
What level does it say you are?
11.
Maybe your passive is only 17? Passive is different than your...
It was 19, I thought. It's 10 plus your perception score, is it not?
wisdom. Let's see.
Passive
10 plus your perception modifier, which is your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
9. Why does it say 17?
I have to look at it later. But yeah, so you see Barney for sale.
Do I see the guy selling it?
Yeah, he just appears to be like a normal, like just a
I'll
some
go ask him
random.
where he got the Barney here.
He says, this fine animal comes from a long lineage of asses that have been known to serve kings. He was a fine...
I will unsheath the dagger and say, "Stop lying right now. Tell me where you got this donkey."
Making an intimidation check.
Oh God! You tell me right now.
Yeah, like he says kind of like closes his voice or hushes his voice a little bit. He says, "Fine, I he was up for I happened to be going past there was an abandoned wagon. He was just kind of left in the stables. The owner seems to have disappeared, and no one can find him, and they just needed him out of the stables. And so I bought him at a cheap price. Now I'm just trying to make a profit."
How much did you buy him for? Or I'll take you to the blades right now.
He says he paid 5 gold.
I'll give him 6 and take the donkey and start walking away.
Okay. Let's see. What does he do? Yeah, he just takes it. just pockets the gold. And
Did he have anything else he was selling, or just the donkey?
he's simply livestock, just livestock.
Okay. Where was this abandoned cart?
You didn't ask him.
Oh, well, spin around and go back. I say, hold this for me, would you, Valiant?
He says, I just had the donkey. I don't remember.
Don't remember, huh? See my dragon-born friend over there?
Yes.
He's really good at helping people remember.
I'm sure he is.
Want me to bring him over here?
I told you, I don't know. I just
Hey,
that's what they
come
told
on
me.
over here. This guy's having trouble remembering things.
Go ahead and make an intimidation, Valiant, I guess, if you're coming over with a donkey.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
He says, fine. He was up at the Gilded Lily. The owner came in there. Seems to apparently came into a bunch of money. They said he didn't seem to be like he was spending gold like crazy. He came in there claiming to be this marvelous Marvello or something or other, and
God damn it.
just never came down in the morning. And his donkey and cart were there, and he still owed money. And so they were just trying to recoup the costs. So they sold me his donkey. They don't take kindly to his type in those upper class establishments. I mean, a room there's 10 gold a night. Can you believe 10 gold a night? When
That
it sounds
is a
like he
lot.
even rented the seat. He rented the suite. I don't even know how. That's more than I make in a year. That's all he knows. You continue on to the enchantment shop.
If I find you're selling stolen goods again, I'll kill you.
I didn't steal it.
Ah,
He just kind
Go
of
back,
mutters
Doc.
and looks at the ground. You continue with Barney in tow. You see a couple. Well, go ahead and make both.
Barney hungry or thirsty?
He seems well cared for, so he
Okay.
seems okay.
Good.
You see. Go ahead. Anyone who's around, go ahead and make a D100 roll for me. Asher, make another roll. Another roll from Asher, please.
I rolled twice so far.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Just making sure.
Damn it. I'm going to roll. You keep rolling things that already happened. All right, so there's you find you come to this like beautiful archway, and it's about like it goes over the section of road, and it's about 10 feet wide, and you see a number of the blades there, very confused as you see. It's like this 10-foot by 10-foot archway. You see this iron door that seems to be barred on one side, and you can like walk like it's an archway, but there's like ways around it, but there's this giant where this 10-foot wide space is. There's just an iron door that is in this archway that apparently shouldn't be there.
What do you reckon that is, Jiggin?
I just
and
got
you see these.
back from tending to the dog. There's a
Yeah, you
mystery
like
door?
walking. Yeah, you're walking down the path to this Botanica Magica, and you just see a number of the blades standing around this archway, and there's a giant. It's like a 10-foot by a 10-foot archway, and there's just an iron door that is fit perfectly into this space. A little time goes by, and all of a sudden, one of the blades, like you see the doors open, and there's a blade. One of the blades on the other side seems to have like moved this crossbar that was kind of keeping it shut from the other side. And this thing is put in here, so I have no idea how this got here. You kind of like overhear them talking. They kind of let you pass, but you overhear them talking like they're very confused because why this door is here.
This door just came out of nowhere?
It said it wasn't here yesterday, and it seems to have appeared just overnight.
So it's like a big archway with heavy doors.
Yeah, like
And
solid metal doors.
People have walked through it?
Yeah, like you can walk through it, no problem. It's open now and it's hinged.
That's
but it's a
strange.
very weird place to have it.
Any symbols or anything on it?
Nope. Just plain wooden door.
Chicken would say that we did see a ram just laying around earlier next to the fountain for no reason. Maybe somebody was trying to open the door.
Maybe. A little bit further along the road, assuming you continue, you see some more of the blades pulling what appears to be a rowboat. Trying to, like, probably like a, what size would it be? It's like a, no, just a regular rowboat. About a 12-foot long rowboat. They're all trying to, they've got some logs and rollers, and they're trying to move it out of the street as well.
Are we in the city right now?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they moving a boat?
If you ask one of them and they say, it's a very strange. The boat just showed up. It was in someone's flower bed, and no idea why. The lake is, I mean, there's the lake nearby, but no one would keep a boat in the city. I've never even heard of a boat being in the city.
These things keep appearing. Any markings on the boat?
Nope, just seems to be a plain rowboat.
Oh, rowboat.
A little bit more time goes by. Asher, you notice kind of running down this little alleyway. You see a boy, little boy, human boy, about maybe 12 years old, and he's got like 2 rats that are like one on each shoulder and then one on his head, and there's like maybe 8 rats that are just like chasing behind him as he goes running down this alleyway. Make a perception check. You see this boy he's not like poorly dressed, but he's not, you get that he's probably not super well off, but he has a really nice like bronze ring that seems to be perfectly fitted on his finger, and being a boy such a young boy, it seems a little odd.
Probably a magical ring he's controlling the rats with.
But otherwise, you guys make it to the Botanica Magica without anything of note happening. But anyway, but that's probably we'll go ahead and stop there for tonight because it is 11:20. So for some of us, and much later for others. But I know that was a very no combat-y session. But
real quick, sorry, real quick, just as an aside, I would like to just hand wave and say that I did this, but at some point I'd like to go back to the Temple of Vilmater and donate 300 gold to them for the healing they provided earlier.
Yeah, easy enough.
So I subtracted 300 from my total.
Okay.
So either the walls between reality are breaking down and a plane is crashing into us, or somebody is imagining up random objects all over the world.
It's almost like someone dumped a bunch of magic items into a river.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
I love this.
Wait, how would they end up back in the city?
Oh, you notice? I mean, the only thing you've seen so far is a little kid that has a swarm of rats following him. And kids tend to play near the river.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
So there's potentially a bunch of little kids running around with various magic items.
I love it. This is the world those libertarians want.
So we'll see where that goes.
Until kids start playing with Wanda fireballs.
You have the list of magic items that are now in the river.
So. We should just go down there and fucking get them.
Or we're in the river.
Oh boy.
There's some good ones too.
We should have waited, for him to pitch all that stuff and then go through it.
And the
Merriman's
best part,
not even here.
I know. The best part is I read the rules on spell scrolls. As long as it doesn't say spell scroll, you do not have to be a caster to read it. If it is just a scroll, anyone can read it. If it specifically says spell scroll, something like that. I don't know. There's some like nuance in the wording. All I'm saying is kids can cast scrolls.
I love that. If they can read it, is it written in
Nothing
common?
bad will happen.
Yep, it's in whatever language the person understands.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Time out. Roll that back real quick. Anyone can cast a spell scroll? Or
no, anyone can cast a scroll.
But not a spell scroll.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like it'll supposedly specifically says, I need to look into it more, but it supposedly specifically says spell scroll, then you have to be a spell caster.
Yeah, no, my memory was just different from way back when we found the first scroll of Revivify. It was like, no, only Jigen can use it. We're like, all right, well, you get it, buddy.
Yeah, I saved some of my favorites for when Merriman's here. But
were you here to hear what's happening, Valian?
I heard something about rats, and then that was it. Did we make it to the place?
So the theory is
we'll start there next week.
All the magic items that got dumped in the river, the children of the town have like looted. And so there are now kids running around with rams and magical doors and boats and rats.
That's awesome. Oh man.
I have the greatest thing ever.
I have 2 kids under 7. The chaos that would ensue
might actually be worse than a horde of hobgoblins outside the walls.
Oh, 1,000% guaranteed worse. Anyway, back to us self-centric people. Did we make it to the shop that might be able to give me a +1 to my Frostbrand sword?
Yeah, well, we'll start there next week, and we can talk about it offline too if you want, so we can have it ready for next week.
Sounds good.
We don't have to because it is already kind of late. I know there wasn't a whole lot of information gleaned currently. Any initial thoughts on what you guys want to do next week? Stick around for more information.
I
Look for
personally would
anyone
like to
particular.
find what happened to the Barney's owner.
Marvelous Marvello.
Yes.
Okay.
Jigen is also of the mind that if our work here is done and the horde is dispersed, that at some point we should go back and collect our stipend from Phandalin. Go back to Neverwinter.
So I would say if you decide to go to the bank, for a small fee they could send a message to the Neverwinter Bank and verify your funds there, and you could basically do a bank transfer of sorts. So you'd be
Wire
able to
transfer.
collect. Yeah. There's a fee associated with it, but you could do it.
That's a possibility too, but like Jigen is also the idea just to go back towards Neverwinter in general, unless something props up or we find work here. Because the
Okay.
reason we came here basically was
Because of the
completed.
horde, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the keep, which we don't even have the deed to.
Still might be in the family. Valion.
Rude. Very
Your
rude.
mom's keep.
No, your mom's keep.
Do you have any intention of trying to locate your mom?
What? Yes. Literally everyone I've talked to have been like, hey, so what have you heard about the Silver Fox?
No, I know. I'm just like, I wasn't sure if that was a line of continued interest.
Almost overriding. Unless we hear, like, hey, there's now a gigantic blue dragon that has also taken up residence in Brindle. Because we still need to go lay a beat down on Tyga's ass.
Cool.
Or whatever the most painful part of a dragon might be.
Just if there's anything, so an enchanter will be able to just out of game. So she'll be able to more or less do any kind of enchant you want, obviously for a price and time. So like Valiant can get a +1 added to Frostbrand for some set price, and giving up Frostbrand to her for a set period of time.
I want to be clear that I don't like how you phrase that.
Other people can do the same type of thing if they want to.
Can she do anything other than just +1s? Can she add?
She can probably do most things.
Everything has a price.
Yeah, I don't think I have the money.
So, but it just depends on. So she's a 176-year-old high elf mage.
Well, she's young.
Yep. But she's yeah, she's very capable. So it's just a matter of the the money required for the materials and time and all that kind of thing. So if you wanted anything particular done, like she could possibly increase enchantments too. So like rather than like your cloak, Ash, your fire cloak, like she might be able to make it so that you can activate it twice a day instead of just once, kind of thing.
Oh, I see.
So we can do stuff like that too.
Interesting. I'll have to think.
Yeah. So if you think of anything between now and next session, then I can let me know, because then I can kind of figure out if it's possible and figure out pricing and stuff like that. So time and pricing. without having to take up game time next week. So, and I can almost guarantee some kind of combat next week.
Woo! I hope Marvelous Marvello's okay.
Could be.
I feel bad we stiffed him before.
I mean, Merriman handed him 500 gold.
Yeah, no, Merriman paid him so much. What do you?
Which is why he was up in the most expensive inn in the city.
He might have gotten robbed if he was going around flaunting a bunch of coins.
You know,
Not only did we shill him a ton via Merriman, also our silver-tongued. I'm kind of stuck on this whole Joel Osteen thing because he's not what he appears. But anyway, definitely like sung his praises in the market, and people flocked to him, and he made a shitload of gold off of Merriman being like, "Yeah, this dude's legit."
Merriman said, "Hey, here's 500 gold, so you can just give this out to people."
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
What Merriman may not have noticed is that as soon as Merriman was a little ways away, he started taking gold again.
Yeah, that tracks.
But yeah. Yeah, so sorry, I know that was a conversation heavy session, but
don't apologize. These are fine for me anyway.
Plot thickens.
Yeah, there's not.
We needed one of those to like kind of open new branches, I guess.
Yeah, and the blades will probably pick up some information. Like they'll let you know as they get it, but just like they're not going. There wasn't a whole lot. The Thieves Guild was basically, because you guys took the long rest before going after them, they basically cleared it out that night. And so like there's not a whole lot left there for them to go off of. So it's going to just take them a little bit longer to kind of gather information.
I mean, if we, I guess, no, I'm so confused about the timeline of everything.
So like you guys followed Artemis that first night, but like after the fight in the alleyway, you guys went and long rested prior to entering the Thieves Guild and getting knocked out.
Right, and that's when Jacob got knocked down to 1 HP. He was low from the fight, but knocked down to 1. That was, and then he almost died twice in the span of like 24 hours instead of just once.
So that morning is when you guys went in, and it wasn't until late in the evening that you guys woke up and all the other stuff went down. So they had at least 24 hours to go through things. So they might find some stuff, but it's just going to take them a little while. But anyway. All right. Everybody needs sleep.
Yep.
GG.
GG.
Yeah.
Thanks
See
for
y'all
the
next week. Yep. Bye.